Moviesucktastic is a podcast about bad movies and the people that love them. But it's more than just a podcast. It's also an online presence. If you want to know more about Moviesucktastic or want to become a part of Moviesucktastic, you can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter at Moviesucktastic. You can find our blog at boothreviews.blogspot.com. Or if you want to give your own reviews that we might use on the show, you can go to reviews.moviesucktastic.com and check out our own little lunch.com community for Moviesucktastic. Check us out and become a part of the show, because the only thing more fun than a bad movie is sharing it.
You're listening to Moviesucktastic.
Dude, no! Oh!
Well, hello there.
Hola!
Oh, we should be well into our second episode at this point.
But we're not.
We're not. We're
Welcome
not at all.
To Moviesucktastic. The
wait.
penultimate Oscar... What?
Hold on. The trailer is on. Because that's just the kind of night that this is.
Oh.
It's a 30-second spot. Okay, we can talk now.
Yay!
Fucking ridiculous. I figured out why I'm having sound problems, by the way.
Why?
Well, for the last couple of weeks, my computer has been freezing up randomly while I have remoted into it from work.
Mm-hmm.
And I've tested literally every component, everything. And the last thing was the graphics card. I said, listen, it might be the graphics card. I'm trying to tell myself this shit. So I took out the graphics card. And I realized that the high-definition audio sound driver went with it.
Oh.
And that's why the sound is fucked up for you. And that's why we're taking a huge chance with streaming this. The sound, my sound, for me and for you is fine. It's picking up the sound for the trailer and the opening and all that good stuff. But we're not also recording with Audacity. Because for me, that's a backup.
And
something
already,
fucks up.
Already everybody's bored. So
I'm bored.
So welcome everybody to the penultimate Oscar episode of Moviesucktastic.
Yeah.
Closing in quick on what's going to be probably the worst Oscars in a decade.
And we're gonna do that shit. We're gonna do that shit live.
Fuck yeah.
It's gonna be good. Scott's gonna be in Texas. I'm gonna be here in Jersey. This will be our second year in a row that we've done this remotely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think it went very well last year.
I do too. And I think it should be easier to get streaming this year too, from what I've read.
Oh no, the last 3-4 years I've been using my cable provider.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay.
I just sign in and just open up the ABC stream. Now, the problem is getting that on YouTube. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Last year it was taken down. We had to take it down because they were threatening a lawsuit and all that stuff, and that our channel would be shut down and all that. So we just took the show down. So It sucks. It really does suck because it's a good show, and the only way people can hear it is through the website, the app, or iTunes.
Mm-hmm.
But they can't see the video of it.
Well, we need to get back to doing, and again, we're tangenting here, but we need to get back into doing the slideshows for the episodes that aren't up and getting them up.
That's true too.
So maybe that's one of them we can do.
Yeah, because I think we started slideshows, or when did we just we started slideshows only about 40 episodes ago, 30 or 40 episodes ago. But I have a ton of video. I don't know, maybe I'll still try and upload those and fight it. But like our first 100 episodes, we don't have video.
Right.
Like,
those are the ones we have to do. And we started doing them, we got sidetracked with everything.
Or no, the first 60 episodes we don't have video. I think the first video we ever did was the live Oscar show where you threw up for the last 20 minutes of the show. I think that's one of the first videos we ever did was that. And that was also the one where I showed that Japanese film where at one point there's a girl topless in a bathtub. And I think I say to the audience at that point, it's like, oh my, I haven't seen this yet. I'm sorry that there's so much nudity.
It was one of those Armageddon compilations.
It wasn't. We showed Ishtar that night. And then I showed this movie, this Japanese film, which translated basically to Killer Pussy.
Oh, that's right. I remember now. I remember the Killer Pussy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Killer Pussy. So anyway, this episode we're going to be reviewing the Oscar-nominated film Roma.
Roma.
By Alfonso Cuarón.
Or as I like to call it, Gravity 2. The Quickening.
He even has that one shot in the movie where they're watching that film Marooned.
There's 3 shots. There's one of that, and then 2 separate shots of kids walking around in like astronaut-looking things.
Oh, yeah. And it's like, oh, this is obviously how he had the inspiration to make Gravity. Which I know you don't like that film. I like the film Gravity.
God, I don't like that movie.
I know you don't. It just seems you don't like Alfonso Cuarón.
Or
as I like to call him, Cuarón. Roll those R's.
Cuarón.
There you go. I knew you could do it.
Honestly, Children of Men was okay.
I really like Children of Men.
I've never actually seen Y Tu Mamá También.
Me neither.
Gravity did not care for.
No.
And Roma, well, we're going to get into that right now, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
So,
and right off the bat, this film, way too fucking long.
Actually, right off the bat, before we even get to the film, let's talk about the controversy around it.
What controversy is
there? Well, I don't know about controversy, but this is stemming from last year where Cannes Film Festival decided to enforce the rule that set the rule or enforce the rule. I don't know if it existed before, but they're trying to shut out Netflix or force Netflix into releasing films in the theater. So in 2017, they said you can't show a film at Cannes. You can't enter it for the Palme d'Or. You can enter it, but not for the Palme d'Or, which is the major prize. And I'm probably mispronouncing it. Don't care. Unless the film has been shown in France. Now, if you show a film in the theaters. Now, if you show a film in France in the theater, you have to wait like 3 years before you can release it on streaming. They have really strict rules about that.
Huh.
Because, it's France. And so that set the stage last year for the big snob fest between France and Netflix.
Okay.
And
yeah, because didn't this premiere on Netflix simultaneous with U.S. theatrical release or something along those lines? Yeah, okay.
I think so, yeah. Well, again, limited release, I guess.
Very limited. As a matter of fact, on Box Office Mojo, it shows no money made.
Right. And so, I mean, I don't even know if there was a theatrical release of this. Does there have to be?
It has to be L.A., New York for, 2 weeks or something like that?
Yeah, so it can show in 2 theaters and qualify.
Exactly.
Right. So this year, Netflix is actually threatening, I don't know if they actually did yet, but they're threatening to yank 5 films from the Cannes Film Festival because they're still holding up this restriction. And Roma is like kind of one of these films that shows what's going on because Netflix has an Oscar film up.
Well, sure. Didn't they also have an Oscar film not that long ago too?
Yes, but what I was saying is this is kind of happening at the same time.
Yeah, so timing is pretty crazy.
And you have directors like Alfonso Cuarón. People were shocked when he said he was going to let Netflix distribute it, and he's like, "Well, where else am I going to show it?"
Right.
And it's interesting that, you know, the Cannes Film Festival is kind of trying to shut out these streaming services, but for a lot of these independent films, they can't get 25. You know, they can't get a 1,500 theater release.
No, especially a movie like this.
Yeah,
the art house indie movie theaters are really the only ones that are going to show this movie.
Yeah, and he came out and said my film had a better. I'm paraphrasing probably. My film has a better chance of getting a wider audience through Netflix than it does actually going out in the theaters.
Yeah. No, yeah. That is, not only is that a bold statement, but it's very true and very telling of where we are these days with these kind of movies. Yeah, and there's a lot of filmmakers that are coming out in defense of this Netflix and this stuff, saying, "Hey, you know, this is where we can get our stuff shown. This is where we can find an audience without having to supplicate to the Hollywood machine and tone down the film for a PG-13 and ensure that we have enough for 1,500 screens, and, you know, maybe jack up the budget and make it a Transformers clone." Well, think of it this way. Yeah, right. Well, think of it this way. I mean, Netflix has 100 million subscribers.
Right.
That HBO has 100 million subscribers. Yeah. That is nothing to fucking sneeze at. That is a big deal. Oh. So to get your film shown on Netflix, yeah, it's smart move by him because of everything that's happened. And now,
real quick, I should have said at the beginning of the show, but rest in peace, Albert Finney.
Oh, yeah.
He finally found the Looker Lab.
I'm sure he was disappointed.
As were we.
Yeah. I think my favorite line from that review that we did was you saying that, well, because, dude, we reviewed that. That was like episode 9. Something. It's like almost 300 episodes ago we reviewed Looker. So Albert Finney is like crawling on the ground, you know, like it's near the end of the movie. And my favorite line from that review, I know you're listening to those, is when you said, "Yeah, and Albert Finney isn't exactly cat-like." Because obviously he's trying to, you know, move around quietly, like all stealthy and everything, and it's like, no, dude, it's Albert Finney.
And we rewatched it the day they announced his death.
Oh, really?
We got home immediately. All right, we're watching Looker, and it was just fun revisiting it. And actually, like
Looker,
and I had the whole take. Like, there's like scene. I was like, you know what? They just should have made his character darker. Like when the one chick leaves her purse, he's going through it, and he finds a little canister of cocaine.
Right.
I was like, he should have been snorting that. And like, I don't date my patients. Fuck that. He should be like banging he should have like slept with everyone that died. That's why he was like, they're gonna trace this shit back to me. I got to figure out who's killing them.
We always talk about films that are perfect for remakes. That's a movie that would be perfect to be remade.
No, it wouldn't, because it's a Michael Crichton film, which means it's a horrible fucking concept that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I know, but it could be remade. It would probably be fun.
Anyway, Roma.
my
fault. My fault.
Yeah, so, you went off on a tangent. Poor Albert Finney. But yes, but Roma, I don't know. But yeah, with the Netflix, definitely broader audience, smart move. If that's the, and here's the thing, the film's got 10 Oscar nominations.
Mm-hmm.
That's also, and they're not calling it a favorite to win, but it could be a dark horse win for Best Picture. Listen, it's not my pick, but I can't ignore. I don't know if I mentioned this last time we did the show, but normally I'm a really good guesser at all the categories, with a few exceptions. I really don't know how this is going to go this year. I have an idea of Best Actor, but I'm not sure. I have an idea for, best director. I'm not sure. The only thing that every year, I always give you a gimme. It's like if you were going to put money on something or you're going to fill out a ballot, best actress. There's no doubt in my mind that Olivia Colman is getting best actress for The Favorite. I know I said that when we reviewed it. That is the only thing I'm sure of. Like how I was with Gary Oldman last year, where he was going to win best actor. That's
and I think I'm with you on that too. I think, but let's go back to Roma real quick.
Yeah, let's get back to Roma.
Now, short. Or at least
the reason the film is called Roma. The reason why the film is called Roma is because it takes place in the city of Roma in Mexico City.
Yeah. Although I did see someone else somewhere say it's also Amor backwards. just fucking stop. and let me just say, no, I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you. Continue.
Well, like I said before, when I went to see this movie, and I saw that the runtime was 2 hours and 15 minutes, I was not happy about it. I was not, and while I didn't dislike the film, this film could have been cut 30 minutes shorter.
But not for what it was intending to do.
No, not for what it was intending to do, but
well, let's
I don't know, man. The panning shots,
this is the kind of film where every director just creams themselves.
Oh yeah,
and just espouse, this is the best film I've ever seen in my entire life. The camera, Spike Lee's like, how'd you do this camera shot here? And Guillermo del Toro's like, this is one of the 5 best films I've ever seen in my life. The cinema, this is such a quintessential art house film that I found myself reevaluating my love of films. And I don't mean that in a bad way, because it's not a bad film. I'm not trashing the movie.
No,
but
and listen, it's a gorgeous movie.
Yeah.
For black and white, it's a beautiful film.
Right. But it's one of those films where it's so gorgeous. It's obviously all about the cinematography. And also when you read stuff, it's like 90% of this is actual stuff that happened in director's life. And this is a very personal film. And then you see reviews where people say, and this is like a semi-quote, it's like, this film was like the notion of a dream on a wind. In a memory, it's like, oh,
you pretentious fuck.
There's a level of pretension where it's like, okay, this is such a personal film. What does that mean to me? It's a bit, it's not fair.
There was only one time in the movie, and it would be a spoiler, so I'm not going to say it. But there was only one time in the film where I was watching it, and I was saying, this panning shot, this is fucking amazing. The beach
shot, right?
Yes. And
you know what? There's an uncut version of that beach shot where at the end, Sandra Bullock walks out of the water. Fuck.
Really don't like that movie. I know. But that beach shot.
Oh no, it's great.
And here's the thing. The panning shots are completely overused.
Well, all right.
Now, listen, I can deal with it. But what I'm saying is, let's say he doesn't do so many, or doesn't do it at all, and saves that pan shot for that beach scene, that stands out.
Well, there's a reason.
You know what I'm saying?
But there's a reason why the shoots, and this is one of those things where, okay, if you have to explain this isn't really kind of meant for your average viewer. Because your average film goer who's not like into film but just wants to be entertained isn't going to understand that what he's trying to do with a lot of these shots, like they're back and they're just panning or they're very static.
Well, there's just so much volume there.
Well, but the reason for that is because they're trying to remove the subject of camera editing. That's like how you can tell if something's going to happen because the camera moves and the camera. Well, yeah, and the camera tells you what to look at and tells you what's important.
They're trying to almost go POV with it.
No.
Where the camera looking back and side to side is almost like you, the viewer, you're there, like you're looking through a window.
I disagree. I don't really POV. Yeah, no, it's not POV. I mean, you'll see some reviews where people's like, oh, it's like a POV of a memory. Again, that's almost a quote. But it's not
Come on,
necessarily that's
really?
POV. But what they're trying to do is remove the subjective nature of the camera and make the camera just like a witness. So the camera, the reason for those static shots and having just like the long shots and the slow panning is so that the camera's not telling you what to look at. You are looking at what you want to, and it makes you more a part of the moment because you're not being directed. You're just there.
Yeah.
And I get
that.
Yeah.
But I don't care.
And that's my point. There's a certain point where like, yeah, I get that, but all right. So I'm just watching this family fritter away a shitty summer. I mean,
it's a real shitty summer.
Yeah.
If you break it down.
I mean, there's a lot of beautiful shots. I would say like, every 5 minutes there's a shot I would love to have on my desktop. You know, especially the reason I was laughing earlier because I just glanced at IMDb. They have the one scene the minute it came up in first thing in my head was I need that on my computer. In the wall of dogs. Yeah. Like the minute I saw that, I was like, I need that. That's just that. Oh, that's awesome.
Speaking of the dog, there is not one shot of that driveway that doesn't have dog shit in it.
And that's intentional too.
Now, of course, it's intentional. Right. And I'm watching it, and I just
there is one shot.
Well, in the beginning, the very beginning,
where everything is clean, and pristine,
which is also deliberate.
Yeah.
And the sound on this it's worth rewatching. Like if you have surround sound, if you have like a really good sound system, it really does utilize every single channel in your surround.
Yeah, and it's up for sound editing and sound mixing.
It should win.
I voted. So far, I'm voting against it.
Well, what else is up against in those categories?
I got the list right here. Give me 1 second, and I'll bring it up.
Okay. Actually, I should have had that pulled up myself.
I've got it. Don't worry. So it's up for Best Foreign Language Film, which is why I think it's definitely not getting Best Picture. No,
it's going to win there. That's what they do at the Oscars. It'll win there, but lose Best Picture.
It's up for Best Directing, Cinematography, obviously. Best Picture, as we know.
Which it'll probably win for cinematography.
Actress in leading role, no fucking way.
No, this is her first thing that she's ever done ever.
Yeah, it's a feel-good nomination. It's a feel-good nomination.
Yeah, it's good, but I mean,
best supporting actress, not going to win it. Best original screenplay, This is not a film that's heavy on screenplay. It's like the screenplay is like 90% camera direction. So
right.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to get that either. Best achievement in production design, and then sound editing, sound mixing.
So what's it up against in the sound editing and mixing? Is it like, are there any superhero films in there?
Black Panther. Sound editing is Black Panther, Bohemian Rhapsody, First Man, and A Quiet Place. Which is I'm picking A Quiet Place to win. That's my irony vote.
Yeah.
And best sound mixing, it's up against Black Panther, Bohemian Rhapsody, First Man, and A Star Is Born.
See, here's the thing, and this year might be a little different because sound editing and sound mixing, those two categories almost never split. So the same film almost always wins both of those. But here's the thing. You've got A Star Is Born in mixing, but not in editing.
Right.
And then you have A Quiet Place in editing, but not in mixing.
What are you mixing in A Quiet Place?
Well, the thing is, there's only 3 movies. You have Black Panther, Bohemian Rhapsody, First Man, and Roma. Black Panther, Bohemian Rhapsody, First Man, and Roma. Those 4 are in both, but then A Quiet Place and A Star Is Born, they trade, not being nominated in each other's category. So I would say that sound editing and mixing goes to Roma, just because of how they utilize the surround. Otherwise, they give it to Bohemian Rhapsody. Or First Man. That's my opinion.
Stars Born for mixing. Easy.
I don't think they're good. This year might be different. They might split this year, but it almost never, ever does.
Yeah.
That's like one of those categories where it's like, you pick one, you got the other.
Now, speaking of music, I don't want to do this because we're talking about Roma, but also, I think they finally decided that they're only going to play 2 of the 5 songs up for Oscar.
Yes, we talked about this, I think, last week, and I believe it's going to be
And now
What?
they just announced that 4 of the categories are going to be announced during the commercial breaks.
Yes. Which 4 did they say?
Yeah, they did say, and I forgot.
They're probably technical.
I'm going to look them up real quick because I
Look
read
them
it
up real
today
quick.
and I was like, eh.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's like best animated short. Some of the more less popular ones that no one kind of gives a shit about.
Not animated short. I know it wasn't animated short.
Really? So they're going to get screen time.
Yeah, hold
interesting.
on. Actually, keep going about Roma and I'll get it.
Okay, so the plot for this film, there really isn't a lot to. This is not a very complicated movie. What it does entail, though, is it revolves around really 2 main characters. And that's Cleo, the indigenous maid that they have. And it revolves around,
Well,
I would say, the entire family as a cast. You know,
the family's Mexican too, though.
Mm-hmm. But she's like indigenous.
All right.
So, I mean, no, she speaks Spanish and, but she's, definite. She's indigenous though. But
I'm unsure if that's a proper qualification in comparison, but it probably is. I'm not going to argue it. I didn't occur to me to use that term, but it's probably accurate.
Yeah, well,
because there's kind of a caste system going on, but I don't know if indigenous applies like from there. I'm not sure that the Mexican family that she works for is not from there, but they're definitely they seem more Anglo, but they're not gringas, as is like pointed out.
Yeah. But no, I think where I'm going with it is she's not from there. She's from somewhere else.
She's
and
from a
lives
small
there.
village. Yeah.
Yeah, like way outside of there. So, but well, anyway, so the 2 main characters is her, and I would say the family as a whole, because there's a lot of moving parts there.
Yeah.
And she lives with them, and she helps take care of the family and the kids and all that. And it's like a middle-class family. It's a middle-class family. He's a doctor. She's a biochemist.
I'd say upper middle class.
You think upper?
They went on like a vacation shooting shit. Yeah, it's upper middle class.
Okay.
Well, the upper middle class until Daddy pulls out.
Yeah, that happens.
And I just want to throw in here, just very briefly, that if you're a father in a family and you leave, and like you spend months without any contact with your kids, you don't love them. You're a fucking piece of shit. Just fake your death and move on.
Exactly.
And if you're listening to this and you're in this weird situation, the caveat would be if the mother took the kids and prevented the father from seeing them. But if you actively decide, I'll see the kid like once every 3 months, fuck you. That's it.
Agreed.
That's it.
I watch this whenever I see movies like this. Being a parent, and I'm just like, what the fuck?
That doctor at the hospital was the father, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the first time I was
and then he made some sort of weird excuse so he could leave.
Because that first shot, I understood what was going on with him. I know that one scene at the street where he runs by, but like the first shot in the hospital, I just thought to myself, "Oh, that guy looks like the father." It didn't occur to me that it was him until the second scene where he's like going in with Cleo, is like holding her hands, like, "Oh wait, that is the fucking father." Because the problem is you only see him like 2 brief times in the beginning.
Yeah.
So it's not like his face is ingrained in your head. I mean, but the beard, hair, and glasses thing, it's not a strong indicator of an individual. It gets lost in the crowd for me. So I mean,
yeah.
So that kind of threw me off at first. It's like I don't. Was that him? I had to think back to that. But yeah, no, piece of shit.
Total piece of shit. And speaking of piece of shit, Cleo's boyfriend, almost a bigger piece of shit. Well, actually, no. If you could get the father being a piece of shit, I would say Furman. His name is Furman. It almost sounds like vermin.
Yeah, I think it's probably intentional.
Probably, but it's like he's a bigger piece of shit.
He had some chill moves though, didn't he?
Yeah.
There were like 3
shower rod. Yeah.
There are 3 or 4 or 5 scenes in this film that my mouth was literally open and I'm like, what the fuck? And that prolonged sequence was one of them. And it was also a great exercise in I'm going to look at this one part of the screen.
No, I'm not gonna look down.
I'm not looking
just gonna
down.
look up.
I'm not looking down.
Just looking.
All right, I looked down once because I have to. Now, maybe twice, but I'm not looking down again. I'll prove I'm scared of it because I'll look down, but I'm not looking again.
I can't say I had the exact reaction.
It's like, fuck.
But I definitely was like, what the hell?
My first reaction was, oh, this is happening. And the second one was, oh, this is still happening. And the third one was,
that scene went on way too long.
dear God, this is still happening. And it's still happening. The wrestling sequence of women in love
Oh, right.
is shorter and less upsetting. dude, I'm gonna say spoiler alert here because I have to say it. Mm-hmm. So if you haven't seen Roma, a couple of spoilers here, bro. Dude, the dead baby scene disturbed me less. It says more about me than the film. I know that, but because the dead baby scene, I'm watching. That's all I'm looking at. It's just the opposite of that scene. I'm
right.
looking at. I don't even. The actress is doing something, but all I'm looking at is that fucking swaddled corpse behind her.
Yeah.
Like that whole scene. That's all I'm watching. And then you go back to that scene. It's like everywhere but where that. Oh. But I mean, in this film, again, not even just cinematography, visuals that really just burn in your brain is the wall of dogs, the giant crab wedding with sad children eating ice cream.
Yep. That was after she told them that their father isn't coming back.
Mom, way to ruin dinner.
Yeah, and she's like saying it with like, not she. I mean, she's obviously trying to be. Oh, holy shit! That scene is up on the screen right now.
Ma, couldn't have done this back at the house, right?
Right, and the one kid is just sobbing uncontrollably.
So I guess one of Dad's problems with you was timing.
Oh man.
Yeah. Also, but again, the abortion sequence, the riot sequence out the window. Not abortion. There's no abortion in the film.
No. It's stillborn. Stillborn.
The riot sequence out the windows.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
those shots like that. They were really fucking great.
And again, like there are shots like the beach and that where you're like you're impressed. Like this is really fucking beautiful. But and then there's other ones like when she's turning out the lights. It's like and the camera's just going full circle. It says, yeah, I get it. We're touring the house. That's great. I understand. I understand, but I still have to sit through this. And I don't care that it's ever in different camera positions. Don't give a shit. I'm sitting through it.
And I got emotional during the beach scene. I mean, well, I did.
No,
because
I didn't.
I see a scene like that and I put myself in that position, and then that's when I get emotional. I didn't cry, but I was just like emotional.
Put yourself in the position of being a young Mexican girl that just had a miscarriage recently?
No, that's right. I guess that's the wrong choice of words. The situation, I put myself in the situation of that beach scene, and it's just because I don't know. I'm always seeing the future.
Yeah, I know. The whole father thing. Okay.
I'm looking at a scene of her like mopping that driveway, and the father has like the whitest car possible. It's like, dude. Yeah. Why would you buy a car that wide for that driveway?
And that it's that kind of imagery also that speaks volumes. Like when it pulls up on the front of it, and is that a Crown Vic? I'm assuming it's a Crown Vic because there was a crown on the front. I know nothing about cars, but like when it shows that crown on the front.
She says what it is. She says what it is later because she sells it for a smaller vehicle.
But like the front of it, when it shows up on the front, it's like a little crown on the top of the emblem. It's like here's the king of the castle and like all that stupid shit. I mean, just like Children of Men or even Gravity to a far lesser extent, you can like the cinematography is beautiful.
It's a beautiful film.
And by the way, cinematography, one of the 4 categories being shown during the commercial break.
What are the other 3?
Film editing.
Okay.
Live action short.
Okay.
Because cartoons sell. And makeup and hairstyling.
Oh. So the makeup people for Christian Bale aren't going to get any screen time.
You really think he's going to get that one?
What else has better makeup and hairstyling?
I honestly...
Isn't there only 2 other movies nominated other than Vice? Yeah,
Border and Mary Queen of Scots. I always go with period pieces. Sorry.
Not for makeup. For costume, yes. Makeup, fuck that.
It's hair and makeup. Hair and makeup.
Yeah, okay. Fucking stupid wigs. That's not going to get it.
They always do. That's all
Christian
I'm saying.
Bale looks just like fucking Dick Cheney. He's getting it. It's a lock, dude. I'm telling you. There's not many categories I can guarantee this year. Vice and Best Actress are
there are strong biases in the Academy, and that's one of them. That's all I'm saying. Well, and don't forget, there's except for Best Animated Feature Film, which I'm not even voting for this year because it's a fucking sham. Except for that one category, you have to actually be working in the industry, in that part of the industry, in order to vote on that Academy Award. So the people that are voting on Best Makeup and Hairstyling are people in the makeup and hairstyling business. You have to keep that into account, too, when you're thinking about these.
So, so costume design?
Yeah.
The favorite are Mary Queen of Scots, I'll give you that. Both period pieces. One of those gets it. Probably the favorite because it's the more popular of the 2 films. But
I actually did favorite. That's my.
I mean, you already filled out your ballot?
I filled out some of it. Yeah. I'll make revisions going forward when I watch more stuff. But
I get you. Okay.
Dude, I finished all the Best Pictures. I was giddy. I'm like, okay, I'm going to start making guesses. You know, I've got 2 categories. I've got 2 categories completely wiped out. Watched everything, and I've got at least a dozen categories here where I only need to see 1 or 2 more films. And I'm sorry, Mary Poppins Returns is not going to be one of them. Don't give a shit.
We started watching The Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
Oh, did you get to the scene?
I don't know what that is. We've seen half of the film.
Did you watch the part?
We had to watch half because Mare got tired.
Pan shot?
No.
Okay.
Haven't gotten there yet.
If you're listening, I told the same thing I told Joey. I can't spoil a fucking thing, but there is one part of the Ballad of Buster Scruggs that the whole sequence is like a build up to one line, and it is the fucking funniest line in the world.
I haven't gotten to that yet.
When you hit it, you will know, and it's not pan shot. But I was just trying to see how far along in the film you were, but that line will come, and you will just fucking die. It's just fucking brilliant.
Okay.
It's not going to win any awards, but
probably not. What is it? What else is it up for?
I know it's up for.
It's up our costume design.
It's costume design. It's up for best song, and it's up for screenplay, adapted screenplay. Because I think 2 of the stories are adapted.
Oh, really? So the other are original, and I guess because it has something that's adapted from. So here's the weird thing. Let's say it's 5 stories. 2 are adapted. 2 are original. What category do you throw it into?
I believe only 2 of them are adapted. I didn't do that much research into it.
Okay.
But I believe 2 of them are adapted based from like classic literature, and the other 3 are original. But I guess if it's half and half, what I find weird is the movie that we're going to be reviewing next, Green Book.
Right.
Is a screenplay based on letters that the actual person sent to his family while he was on the road.
Right.
But they're calling it an original screenplay. For me, it's like, well, isn't it technically adapted from the letters? But I guess they're not published though, so maybe that's the difference.
Yeah, I guess there's some weird rule with how that goes down.
Right. Oh, excuse me. But I mean,
anyway, let's see. We're already 40 minutes in.
Okay.
We should keep this shorter.
All right. Again, Roma, very beautiful, very visual,
gorgeous film.
Here, also, not a film to watch with somebody. If you're going to watch this film, sit down and watch it all the way through in one sitting.
Right.
And watch it with somebody that's not going to talk through it. I'm not saying I was in that situation. I'm saying make sure you watch this with somebody who wants to watch it. Don't watch it with somebody that's going to bitch about it being slow, that's going to bitch about subtitles, that's going to bitch about it kind of meandering around. Just watch it alone if you have to.
Well, that's how I watched it.
Because you got it. Because this film really is about immersement. You can't watch this film and not immerse yourself into it. Honestly, I think it's the same with Gravity, even though I didn't like it. To an extent, for sure. And like I said, the sound on this film really does make you feel like you are there, and that was the intention from the director. Oh yeah,
was because you just hear like doors opening and closing. You hear background noise. All of your speakers are utilized because you're supposed to have a sense of being there.
And
so it's pretty amazing. And it takes place as far as that goes.
And it takes place in Mexico and in the 70s. And I got to tell you,
1970, I believe.
70 through 71.
Yep, because they have New Year's.
Right. Culture shock for me on some of them. I mean, I'm a purebred gringo. But I'm fine with that. But there's like some stuff, like the one, like shots where they're on the street and there's like 10 barkers like yelling, look at this, and like I'd kill myself right there in the middle of the street. just
It's just chaos all the time.
I don't know how does your head not explode in the middle of that? I can't take it. That's insanity. Yeah. Ooh.
I'm there with you, dude, because it's like I like quiet a lot of the times. That would just be like, shut the fuck up.
Get out of the car, kids. Watch out for the marching army. What the fuck?
They were there all the time too.
Let's pass the politician that's using a human cannonball. It's like, what the fuck is going on here? It's just, and the difference between this and like a Coen Brothers film is like everything that they show, because to talk about how personal it is and how most of this stuff's from his memory. I have no trouble believing that every single thing in this film is 100% true.
Yeah.
Up to and including the Mexican wrestler.
Yeah, right?
Who's actually based on a real person I saw.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's an actual person that it's based on. And it just and I have no trouble believing that.
And the funny thing is, it doesn't say anywhere, based on a true story. And if he wanted to put that, he probably could have gotten away with saying based on a true story.
Well, because it wasn't really a story as much as just like
No, I know. But the thing is, every film, any chance it gets, based on actual events or based on true story or based on whatever.
At the end credits, it says like Fortalito, I think, and that's the actual maid that Cleo is based on.
Right.
Yeah, so.
Is she still alive?
I believe so.
I want to say she's still alive.
Yeah, I believe so. Or she just died recently. One of the two.
Is she getting any money from this?
Definitely not.
Well, she gets to live on forever in the movie, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's see what this is rated on IMDb. Where does it sit?
Oh, when we get back from the awards, we're looking at a strong 7.9.
7.9. I'm looking at it on 73,000 votes, which is pretty good too, considering this movie has really only been played on Netflix and a handful of screens.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm good with a 7.
8.
You think 8?
Cinematography alone, you can't go lower than 8. Sorry.
But, okay. I mean, I'm okay with an 8.
This is, let's put it this way. This is a work of art.
Well, yes.
It is. Now, is it
I acknowledge that.
A perfect film? No. Like I said, there were certain parts while I was watching going, is this really necessary? So, so there's a part of me that's with the common man, where it's like, yeah, this is what the fuck. Can we just get a real story in here? How come no one? Yeah.
Well, that's why I was kind of bargaining with a 7. It's like, listen, I acknowledge that it's a beautiful film.
We got some gunfights in the middle, things we're looking up. Then we're back to the stillborn. What's going on?
But then I'm like, do I really want to get on board with an 8, which puts it up there, like really up there? It's like there are movies that are an 8 that are better than an 8, that are amazing, and Yeah, I don't.
And here's my only problem.
Listen, I'm not going to argue the 8. We can go 8, but
All right,
if
I'm gonna
I
go
was
8.
doing it, if I was doing it alone, I would be going 7.
And here's my only thing. And earlier you had said middle class, and I was like, no, upper middle class. And I'm looking at the description of IMDb, and it says a year in the life of middle class families made in Mexico City.
Oh.
And the two things I have trouble putting together in my mind is middle class and a fucking maid.
Yeah, yeah.
Because let's clarify that middle class family and 2 live-in maids.
That's right. They live there.
So please, I can't separate. It's a different culture. It's a different time period. I'm sure, but as far as like economics go, I can't wrap my head about middle. If that's middle class, then the lower class, which they show in this film a lot, is so fucking bad.
Yeah.
God. I mean,
Yeah, let me go put pants on.
That guy. I want to see that. I want to see a whole movie just following that guy around. The only thing I don't believe in that film is that guy had a girl.
Yeah, right. Wow.
It's like, yeah, let's go. It's like, oh, you're leaving with him?
Yeah, let me get some pants on.
I thought there was like a rape scene coming on or something. I was like, oh, what are these guys doing? Oh, wait, that's his girl boyfriend. Oh, what? Jesus Christ! I'd rather Furman made more sense to me.
Yeah.
At least the guy's got some mad shower curtain skills.
Yeah, right.
But that image is never going away.
Never. No. It's burned.
And unlike
the
wall of dogs, I don't want that as a screensaver.
Wall of dogs. All right, let me end this shit. That way we can move on to the next episode. Okay. Episode 296 of Moviesucktastic. Heading very, very close to that elusive 300. Go to our website at moviesucktastic.com. Download the show there. Listen to the show there. Tune in live every week with us. I think I'm redoing our website for like the 4th time.
Yeah, about time.
What do you mean about time?
No, I'm kidding.
I think I gotta go completely HTML5 so that it becomes fucking future-proof. Because you know what? I'm really tired of doing this. Really tired of it. Go to our iTunes and you can download or listen to the show there as well. While you're there, leave a review. Always appreciate that. You can leave us email. The address is themovieguys@moviesucktastic.com. If you leave us email, we'll read it on the show. You can leave us voicemail, 908-514-4470. You can go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/moviesucktastic. Everything we put there, from movie trailers to when we go live to whatever tickles us, it goes on the Facebook page. You can go to our Moviesucktastic Tumblr page. It's moviesucktastic.tumblr.com. And you can download the free Android app for your Android device. It's 100% free. It now works again. Yeah.
As soon as I get it up on Google, it'll be up tomorrow.
Okay, sweet. You didn't have to say that, but cool. They don't know that.
I'm just trying to be keeping it real, yo.
Yo. Actually, I want to install the old version so that I can click on it and it can tell me to update it. So it's going to feel super official. Anyway. Yeah, it's 100% free. Everything I said is in the app. It's new and improved. It really looks good now. And it's really, really good. You should get it. Do you have any words of wisdom, Mr. Wilson?
I would, but this movie was in subtitles, and I don't speak Spanish.
Oh, okay.
So,
hola.
Fuck the Oscars. That's really all I got.
Fuck the Oscars.
Yeah.
God, let me go put some pants on. You could say that in English, and it works.
No, that's cheating.
It's cheating?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, everybody. We'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.